Hello everyone and welcome to this new video. In today's video, we're going to be building a landing page using the free version of Elementor. And also the best part is that we're going to be using just Elementor only. We're not going to be installing other third-party plugins that works with Elementor to add new elements. We're going to be using just Elementor. So without wasting time, let's start the tutorial right away. So what we need to do before we get started is that I just want to show you what we're going to build by the time we finish this this tutorial. So we're going to have this type of web page. It's going to have the hero section is going to look like this, and then you're going to have this text here, which says scale your business from $0 to $1,000 in 4 weeks. And then you're going to have some other text here. The product image is going to be by the right hand side, and then we're going to have this button here. When you hover on the button grows, and then the button turns to a border type of button. And also when you click on this learn more, you'll be redirected to, you will jump to this next section of the web page where it talks about the book, and also you're going to input the details about your book here. This is just a dummy text, and when you're building your products, you're going to make sure you add the real text for your product there. And also on the left hand side here, you're going to have the same image for your products here. This is an image for a mock-up, a very popular mock-up on the internet. So yeah, moving on to the next section, you're going to outline what you're going to get inside the book. That is, if you're selling a book, this can be used for any type of product you want to sell on the internet. So you're just going to list the features, what you're going to get, something that will entice them and make them want to purchase. And also you're just going to have this for this tutorial, we're going to use just 3. We're going to use just 3, and then we're going to have them in each of these columns here. And moving on, we're going to just list out some reviews. Okay, this is the first review from someone, the second review, and then the third review. You can add as many as you want, but I'm just going to leave it as just 3 just for the sake of this tutorial. And then you're going to add the final city here where they can get their copy, and then you can just add some extra text that will even make them want to purchase instantly. The more for this tutorial, we're going to see they're going to get 50% off their purchase when they use this coupon code of 50. And then this learn more is going to be something like buy now. So when they click this button, they'll be redirected to the checkout page where they're going to check out and then purchase the book. Moving on, which is the last section of the web page, we're going to write about the author, which is yourself. If you're selling the book, this is going to be very important. So you're just going to add your image here, and then about the author, and also just write some little details about yourself and your social media platforms where they can reach out to you. So this is what we're going to be building in today's website, in today's tutorial rather. So without wasting time, let's start creating this beautiful web page. If you're watching this tutorial, I believe you already have a knowledge about WordPress and how it works, and also how you can use Elementor to design web pages. But just in case maybe you don't have any knowledge about it and you're watching this video for the first time, you're learning about WordPress for the first time, I'm just going to show you how you can get Elementor installed on your website. So to install Elementor, you need to come down to plugins and then select add new. So here, this is where you're going to search for any plugin you want to install on your website. Plugins that are available on the WordPress repository. So what you need to do now is to search for Elementor. And then here we have it. If you haven't installed Elementor, you're going to see this similar install now button here, and then you're going to click on install and also activate the plugin. But for my own case, I already have a plugin installed and activated, and let's just start building our web page immediately. So to build our web page, what we need to do is to create a new page, and to do that you need to come to pages and then select add new. So right there, we're going to give our page a title. I would advise you to carry out keyword research so as to know the title which you can rank for very well. But just think, maybe if you have a title in your you already have a title for your product, and then you can't change the title based on the fact that the title for your page is going to be named after your product. You can just input it here directly, and then try to rank for that keyword on Google search engines. So what you need to do now, we're going to just input maybe basic keyword here, a basic title here. We're going to call it ebook landing page, and we're going to come down to templates. Another template, we're going to select Elementor full width and then publish this. So we can now check this page that we just published now. Alright, so we have a blank page here, and it doesn't look like these are demo web page, but very soon we're going to design this page and it's going to look exactly like this. So let's move on. What we need to do now is to click on this edit with Elementor. And this is where we're going to be editing our web page. This is where we're going to be editing everything to make our website, our web page look just like this. So let's get started with the design process. So first and first, we need to add a new section. And to add a section, just click on this plus icon. And then we're going to select this second section. So we have two columns here. For the first column, we're going to use that for our text. And for the second column, we're going to use that for our product image, just as we have it on this demo landing page here. So for the text, we're going to, for you to see all the elements which you can drag on this page, you can just click on this icon here at this top corner here. And then you can see the list of elements which you can drag and drop to build your web page. So for this, we're going to drag in the heading, and then we're going to drag in the text editor also. So we have this here. For the image, we're going to drag in these image elements. And for this button, we're going to use a button called, we're going to use the button elements in Elementor. So let's just search for button. And this is it here. We're just going to drag and drop it here. So this is what we're going to design. It doesn't look like our demo homepage, our demo landing page, but we're going to design it right now to make it look like this is our arrow page on this our demo ebook landing page. So let's start that right away. So starting from the background, as you can see here, we have a purple background, and then we have a white text here, a text that has the color of white, and also we have this text, and also we have this button here. When you hover on the button, it grows, and we have the product image here. So let's get started with that. For the text, before we edit the text, let's edit the background. For the background, click on this icon, these three dots here to edit this section. And when you've clicked on it, you should be redirected to this tab here, and then come to this style section under the edit section, and make sure you have background selected. Another background, click on this paint icon here, and let's change the color to purple. So I'm going to paste in my color code here. So I have one color code saved in my, alright, this is it here. So we have our purple background, and as you can see, there's no space at the top and then there's no space at the bottom. What we need to do is to add paddings to it. So edit this section also by clicking on this and then come down to advanced. So under advanced, make sure you unlink these values, don't link them together, and then add 100 to the top, 100, and 100 to the bottom also. And as you can see, we have enough space at the top and at the bottom. So let's move on. Now let's edit these text elements. To edit the text elements, you can just click on it, and then you're going to be able to edit the elements. So we're going to edit this, we're going to style this text here. And what we're going to do now, let's first type in our text here. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to paste it here. So we're going to edit it now. We're going to style, and then we're going to change the color by clicking on this, and we're going to change the color to white. Now moving on to typography, we're going to change the text, the font to DM Sans, and we're going to change the size to about 55, and then the line height should also be around the range also. All right, let's just make it 65 too, and then you can see that it's looking similar to this. So let's add our image. For the image, we're going to choose image. We're going to, as usual, you're going to select on this image element, and then you're going to choose image from this side, and let's select the image for our products. So we have our image here, and as you can see, the image is a little bit big. It's too big for this zero section. So what we're going to do is just resize the image. To resize that, let's first change the size to medium, and let's come down to style. So under style, we're going to change the width, and then we're going to set it to, I think 75 is okay. So we're going to set it to 75, but there's still the problem. You can see that this text is too high for this image. It's at the same level with this image, which is not supposed to be. So we need to make it like this. So let's just fix that real quick. Now select the text element, select this column to edit the column, and then come down to advanced. So we're going to add 70 to the paddings. All right, so we have something very similar to our demo page. So moving on, we're going to edit the next section, which is this text here. We have the same thing here. It says lorem ipsum. This is a dummy text, and also we're going to style this text too, just the way we styled our arrow, our headings. So to style this text, just come down to style and then select the text color, and then let's choose white. So all we need to do now is to change the font style. We're going to change the font family to Poppins. So one more thing we need to do is to change the size of this font, of this text. So we're just going to click on this pencil icon one more time, and then let's change the size. Okay, let's use something around 15. Okay, so this is looking good. Now what we need to work on is this button. We're going to work on this button. So to do that, let's just click on button, on the button elements, and then we'll be redirected to this button, edit button section. So to edit this button, first thing we need to do is to make it bigger. So just come down to style, and under style we're going to add our padding to it. So as usual, we're going to remove the link, and then we're going to add 20 to the top. We're going to add 100 to the left, to the right, 20 to the top, and also 100 to the left. So we have something like this here, and this is looking good. Now what we need to do is to change the color and also edit the text on the button. So in our demo page, we have learn more, and then the button grows, and when the button grows, the background color becomes invisible. It becomes transparent rather, and then we have a border, a white border. Okay, so let's do that real quick. So to change the background color, we're going to come down to style, and under style we're going to see the color. The background type should be selected as classic, and then we're going to see this color. So this is where we're going to change the background color for our button. So we're going to change this to white. And also, if you notice in the demo page, this button is rounded. There's a round, the button is not sharp, the ending is not sharp, it has a round edge. So what we're going to do is to add border, and then we're going to have a border of 2. We're going to add 2 pixels to everything. Okay, so moving on, we're going to change the text, the color for the text. As you can see, the text color is white. That's why we can't see the text color here. So we're going to change it to something like black. Oh no, we don't let us use black. Let's use the color we use for this background. So we're going to use our purple. All right, so we have it here now. We have our color, we have our text there. It says click here. We're going to change that to real soon. So all we need to do is to change the size and then the family and everything like that. So to change that, just come down to typography and select this pencil icon. So we're going to change the font family to Poppins, and then the size should be around 15. Let's increase it. Okay, I think this is much more better. And also let's change the text to change the text. You just have to come down to contents, and let's input learn more. All right, so we have it here now. So if you want this grow effect animation, and then you want it to change to this when you hover on the button, you just have to do something. Come down to style, and you're going to see 2 sections here. You're going to see the normal, and you're going to see the over. So we're going to select the over. Now for the over color, for the text color for the over, when we hover on it, we're going to see the text color is white. So we're going to choose white. All right, it is working. So for the background type, we have color, we have border color. So for the background type, we're going to choose this color, and we're going to drag the color to the end. So it's going to make it transparent. We're just going to drag this second layer to the end to make it transparent. And as you can see, when you hover on the button, it is transparent. Now we need to add a border, and we're going to add a border of white. All right, so you won't see any changes now, but I'm going to show you how you can get those changes. Now to get the changes, come down to this border type, and here you see none, change it to solid. Another solid, when you change it to solid, you're going to see this new new section here that says width. So under this width, you're going to add just, let's say 2 should be good. And there we have it. So when you hover on it, it's going to change to this. This is how you can just do the over animation on it. So if you want to now make it grow the way the demo page also is growing, like when you hover on the button, it grows. So what you need to do is to come down to over, and then we're going to select the over animation. I'm going to select grow. So when someone hovers on it, it's going to grow, and this is how it's going to work. So one thing is that the distance between this button and this text is too much. So what we're going to do is that we're going to reduce some margin there. So to do that, select this text button and then come down to advanced. Delink this and reduce the margin at the top. So you're going to click on this lower button here. I'm going to add -15. Yeah, I think this is looking good. This is better. And this is how you can design this exact hero section that I designed for this demo page. Moving on to the next section of the tutorial, we're going to be creating our next section. And in our demo website, you can see that the next section we have here is about the book. So we're just going to have a simple image at the left hand side and also about the book at the right hand side. So let's do that real quick. So in our editor, in our Elementor web editor, what we need to do is to come down here and add a new section. Just click on this plus icon and let's select the second option. So this first column is going to be for the image and this second one is going to be for the text. So one thing you can do to speed up your work process with Elementor is that you can just simply copy and paste elements from one place to the other. So since we've already edited this image here, we're not going to start adding image elements and also start editing it after we've done it before. What we're just going to do is to come down here, right click on it and select copy. Then come down here, right click on it also and paste it. So we have our image here automatically. So what I can now do now is to start editing the section, the second column. So to edit this column, you can just come down here, click on this icon, and let's drag in our heading. And also we're going to need text editor. Let's drag that in also. So this is what we need to create something like this. So for this heading, we're going to change it to this about the book. Okay, let's just copy that and then let's paste that here about the book, and then let's style it real quick. So move to style and let's first change the text color. Let's use something close to black, and then come down to typography. I'm going to change the font family to DM Sans, and let's change the size also. Okay, 50 looks good, so let's leave it like that. So moving on to the text, we're just going to copy this. We're going to copy this demo text, Ctrl C, and then we're going to edit this text editor here, and then we're just going to paste it. So we have it here now. What we can do now is just change the font family and then style some other things there also. So to change the font family is just the same way. Come down to style, and then let's first change the text color. Let's use something like this, and also come down to typography and let's change the font family to Poppins, and let's change the size also. Okay, 16 looks good, so let's leave it at 16. And as you can see, there's no space at the top and at the bottom, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to add padding to both top and bottom for this section. So to add a padding, let's just select this section and then come down to advanced. So under advanced, don't link the values together, and then let's add 70 to the top and let's add 100 to the bottom. Okay, so we have something looking good. So everything looks good, and as you can see, this text looks like it's moving too close to the book. We need to shift it towards the right hand side of the web page. So to do that, let's just fix that with padding. So we're going to edit the padding for this second column. So we're going to click on this edit column, and we're going to come down to advanced. And now don't link these values together also, and then at the top we're going to add 40, and also at the right we're going to add 30, and for the left hand side we're going to add 30 also. And as you can see, it's looking much more better than how it was before. So this is how you can just use padding to adjust some changes to your settings in Elementor. So moving on to the next section of this tutorial, we're going to create this next section we have here in our demo landing page, where we're going to talk about what we get inside the book, and also we're going to have this 3 colon right here. So let's create that right now. So to create that, what we're going to do is that we're going to add a new section, and this time around we're going to add this first section here. So we have this first section here now. What we're going to do now is that we're going to drag in the heading elements. So click on this icon and drag in elements, these heading elements. So we're going to copy this text here. It says what you will get inside this book. Okay, let's just copy that. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and let's move to style. So first and first, the color is white, but we can't change it to white now because we won't be able to see our background. So let's first edit the background for this section. So click on this icon here and come down to style. So we're going to change the color to purple. Okay, and now we can now change our text color to white. All right, now you can see the text is aligned at the center. All you need to do is just come down to contents and then align it to center. Now let's change the size. Come down to style, typography, and then let's increase the size to, should we say 50 is okay? Let's say 45. All right, so as you can see on the demo landing page, we have what will you get inside, and this book is on another line. So to do that, we're just going to have a line break here. So what we can just do is to come down to contents, and then here we're just going to add this BR and then close it. So this is an HTML tag, and then that is how we can arrive at this this type of style here for our texts. So what you need to do now is to go to style, and then let's change the font family. So to change the font family, we're going to change this to DM Sans, and also we're going to add some line height to it because this text on the second line is too close to the first line. So we're going to add a line height of let's see, okay, let's leave it at 55. All right, so we have a line height of 55, and then let's move on with other processes needed. So to add this colon tab here, what we need to do is very simple. We're going to come down to all this, so we're going to click this icon to come down to this element section, and we're going to add this inner section here. So just drag and drop it. So this is the element we're going to use to create this tab here. So inside this inner section, we're going to drag in an element called icon tab. So you can just search for it, search for the widgets icon. Okay, it's called icon box. So just drag and drop it there. So we're going to style this box to make it look just like this. So let's start the styling process now. So to style this box, just click on this colon, edit this colon, and then come down to style. So first thing we want to do is to change the background color. So for the background color, we're going to change it to white. We're going to change it to white. Yes, we have white as the background color. And also here we have a very rounded tab. It doesn't have a sharp end like this one we have here. So let's change that. So to make the edges rounded, we're going to edit this colon and then come to style. Another style, we're going to come down to border. And on that border, we're going to add 20 pixels to everything. So we have a very round style here. Now moving on the styling aspect for this colon, we're going to add padding. So just edit the colon and then come down to advanced. So under advanced, we're going to remove the links here, and then we're going to add 60 to the top, and then we're going to add 50 to the right, also add 60 to the bottom and 50 to the left. So we've already arrived at this style here. So what we just need to do is to duplicate it so that it will, look like this. But before we do that, let's edit the element inside this icon box. So to do that, just click on this. Just click on the icon box element and let's edit it right away. So first thing we need to do is to edit the icon, and we're going to change the color. For the demo landing page, we have black, so we're going to change this to black. Just click on it and then come down to style. So under primary color, we can just select something close to black. So you should save your template, your color palette, so you're going to have a consistent color throughout the design of your website. So I'm just going to save this template here. To save this color as a template for your website, just have the color selected in your color picker and then click on this plus icon here to create a new global color. You can name it whatever you want and then click on create. So whenever you want to use such colors in another place, you can just click on this to edit the elements, and when you want to change the color, click on this global icon here and select the global color we just made. So that's how you can do that. Also for the demo landing page, you can see that the contents are aligned to the left. So let's do that real quick. So come down to content. Okay, we're not coming down to content, we're using style. Another style, come down to content and then align everything to the left. Okay, moving on, let's change the heading. For the heading, we're going to come down here and then we're going to select the color and we're going to change the typography. We're going to use DM Sans and then we're going to change the size to 24 looks good. So we're just going to edit this contents now and then come down to typography. We're going to choose Poppins for the font family and then we're going to change the size. For this, I think we're going to use something around 17 or let's just use 16. Now we have this edited, we've styled everything. What we just need to do is to duplicate it. So to do that, just right click on this edit column icon here and duplicate. Also right click on this and duplicate it. We're not going to delete, and we're going to delete this last one here because we don't need it. We just need to have just 3 on our websites, and here we have it. But we can see that everything is still touching each other. There's no space between each column. To add space, what you need to do is to come down here, edit this column and then remove the links. So at the right hand side, we're going to add 15. We're going to add margin to the right side of the column. And what we can just do to apply the changes to everything in is that you can just copy this and then paste style. Right click on this and paste style. Right click here and paste the style. So we have it here right now. And also, as you can see, there's no space between the top and the bottom, so we're going to add some padding to it. So to add padding, let's edit the section, and under advanced, we're going to remove the links, and then we're going to add 70 to the top and we're going to add 90 to the bottom. So as you can see, we have it here now. And also there is one thing here, you can see that this text is very close to this column here, to this section. So we're just going to add some padding to the text. So edit this heading and then come down to advanced, remove the links, and let's add 50. Let's add 50. Okay, so here we have it. It looks like our demo website, and then we're gradually moving close to the end of this tutorial. So what we need to do now, we need to save our changes that we've made so far. Okay, so moving on, we're going to create this next section for reviews. We're going to add our book reviews, and then we're going to add some testimonials from people that have actually purchased the book. So let's do that right now. All right, so to create the testimonial section, we can do something very, very simple. We can make our work process very, very fast. So we're going to use this same template here, but we're just going to change a few things. Like I said the other time that we just copied this and then we copied this first image and then we paste it here. We can do the same also for this remaining part of the website. So the book reviews, if you should check, is very similar to what you will get inside this book section on this demo page. So what we're just going to do is that we're going to duplicate this section and then we're going to edit it to look just like this. So let's do that right now. So what we can do now is to come down to this side and click on this icon, right click on it, and then let's duplicate. So we have two versions here on our website, and this is the one we're going to use for our book reviews. We can do one thing, change this text color to black. We're going to use our global color, and then we're going to change this background color to I think we used white on our demo website. All right, so we use white, so we're just going to change this to white. Okay, cool. And we're going to change the text. We're going to give it book reviews, and you can see we're getting the design very, very fast, so we don't need to start everything all over again. So moving on, we're going to edit this inner section. Just once you can do it, just delete this, and then we're going to come down here and search for a new widget called testimonial. So this is the one we're using, and just drag and drop it here. And this is the testimonial we're going to use for 3 of them, but we're just going to style one and we're going to duplicate everything, so we don't need to start manually copying and pasting into other section and other columns. So what we can do now is to just edit this column now and let it look just exactly like this demo website here. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is to change the color of the background. If you can see the demo landing page, the color is not white, it's different from is a light purple type of color. So to do that, let's edit this section and then come down to style, and let's change the color, and let me paste this color code. It's just a transparent purple, and then let's see. All right, so for the text, for the testimonial, we're going to add an image. So to add an image, just choose image, and then I'm going to use this avatar image here, and then we're going to add it there. So you can change the name and you can change the title. So you can change the name to something like the WPBRO, and you can change the title to web designer or anything you want to use. So for this, I'm just going to leave it as designer, and you can add links to it also. So the image position is going to be by the side, and everything is working as you want it to be. But one thing we need to do is that we need to change the alignment, so everything is going to be left aligned also. So to change the alignment, okay, just click on this, and then everything is going to be left aligned. Now moving on to the text, we're going to style the text, and for the content, we're going to use this normal the global color we created the other time, and for typography, we're going to use Poppins font family, and for the size, we're going to use something around 16. Okay, so if you can see here, we didn't add this border radius to it. The heading is sharp, so we can just remove that by coming to this edit column and then come down to border and remove the border radius we have here. All right, so moving on, let's edit this name here and the title. So edit the testimonial section by just clicking on it and then come down to name. So under name, we're going to change the color to this, and also we're going to change the typography to DM Sans. We're going to increase it a little bit, and we're just going to give it something around 16. Okay, we're just going to give it I think 16 looks good. We can just reduce it a little bit to 17, to 15 rather. And also for the title, we're going to change that to Poppins. We're going to change it to Poppins, and we're going to leave it as it is. Okay, as you can see, there's no space between this title and this name. If you can check these demo websites, you see that there's a little bit of space between both of them. So to add the space, what you can just do is to add some line heights to this to the name. So to add the line heights, just come down to edit testimonial and come down to name section. So under the name section, we're going to come to typography, and then we're going to add the line height of about, let's say 30, and then we're good. So what we can now do is to just duplicate this exact colon into 2 places, we're going to duplicate it, and then we're going to duplicate it one more time. So let's just get rid of this, and let's get rid of this also. So here we have it, our book review section. We just created it by editing this first section, and then just changing the details to make it look like a book review section on our demo page. As you can see, we have the same design here. So moving on to the next section, we have this call to action area where they can get their copy, and then we have this text, and then we're going to add this purchase button here. For the demo page, it says learn more, but we're going to change this to maybe get your copy or buy now or any other thing like that. So to do that, we're going to create a new section, and also inside this section we're going to add a background image. So let's click on this to edit this section and come down to style, another style, come to classic, and let's paste in our color, which is purple. And I think I should just go ahead and add this to part of the global colors on these websites. So just click on this plus icon, and then let's create that. Okay, so for the demo, for this one, we have get your copy. So let's just copy that, and then let's come down here and drag in this widget, this heading widget here, and then let's paste it here. Get your copy, center it, align it to the center, and let's change the style. The text color should be white, and the typography should be DM Sans. The font family should be DM Sans, and we're going to add a size of about, okay, I think 45 should do good. All right, so we're going to add 45, and we're going to do another thing. We're going to drag in text editor, and then let's come down to style, and let's change the color to white, and also let's align it to center. All right, now let's change the content. Here we have enjoy 50% with our code, so let's just paste that here. Okay, so right, let's redo that. Okay, so let's just drag it there again and come down to style, change the color to white, and also let's align it to center. And okay, so we have it here now, enjoy 50% off. Okay, there should be off somewhere. Okay, I made a mistake. Enjoy 50% off. All right, so now let's come down to style and select typography, and let's change the typography to Poppins. Another style, let's increase the font size, and let's set it to about 15. So it says get your copy, and then we're going to have this other text right here. So one thing we can do now is that these two texts, they're far away from each other. The height between both of them is too much. We can just reduce that right now. So let's click on this text editor, and then let's come to advanced and delink it, then reduce the margin at the bottom, I mean at the top. So we're just going to reduce it by 15, just add minus 15% and minus 15 pixels, and then we're going to have a better looking text right there. So one thing we can now do for the button is to just copy this. And also, speaking about button, if you should check this demo page, if you should click on this button, we're going to be related to this side of the this section of the web page. So what we can do to achieve this same setting is that we're going to come down here to this section, and then we're going to edit this colon, and then come down to advanced, and here under the CSS ID we're going to input what you want to name this the ID for this section here. So for this I'm just going to name it about the book, and also I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to come down to this button section. I'm going to come down to the contents, and under link I'm going to add this asterisk, and I'm going to paste this here and just put this dash and dash. Now by the time they click on this, they should be redirected to this page. All right, so it's not working right now. I think I missed something, so let's go back there and let's check it. Okay, and we're going to add this dash here and also here, so we should click on it now. Now we're going to jump to the next section, so that's how you can just do that. So moving on, what we just need to do is that we can just copy this button here, just copy and come down here and paste it. So we're just going to paste, but it is too big for this section, so we're going to resize it and then we're going to make it look just like this button right here. So what we're going to do is that we're going to reduce the padding we added at the beginning of the tutorial. First of all, let's align it to center and then come down to style and let's reduce the padding. So for the top, we're going to add 15. For the right, we're going to add 50. For the top here, for the bottom, we're going to add 15. And for the left, we're going to add 50. So we have it there. We have a cool looking button. And then we're going to remove those animations, and then we're going to make this button very simple. So to do that, under the style section, we're going to change the background color. Okay, the background color is cool. We're going to leave it as white, but we're going to change the over settings for the background color. So move down to over, and then under the color, we're just going to select, we're going to increase this back all the way to the top, and then we're just going to select a different color that isn't white, so it's going to show them when the cursor is on the button that, okay, this cursor is on the button, and then you're about to press a button that has a link. So we're just going to change the color a little bit, and let's just go with this. All right, so what we can do now is to just remove the border and also the animation. First of all, let's remove this animation by clicking this X, and now we don't have any animation. So next thing we need to do is to remove the border. Now come down to normal, and under border type, select none, and here we have it. So here we have it. Now what we need to do now is to change the text color for the over. So for the over, we're just going to put our new global color there. Or let's use black. All right, and let's increase this a little bit. Okay, I think this is looking good. So for the normal section, for the normal tab, we're going to change the color also to black. Okay, so we have something looking cool right now. So we're going to add padding to the top and bottom also. Just edit this section and then come down to advanced, delink it, and let's add 70 to the top and 70 to the bottom also. So there we have it. This is how it's going to look like. So to add the clickable link here, we're just going to come down to, we're going to select this button, and then we're going to come down to the link and remove this. You can replace it with the link to where they can make the purchase. Maybe you hosted the file on Seller, or you hosted the file somewhere else, maybe on Paystack or anywhere. So you can just put your payments link there, and then they can pay for the product and get access to the product right away. That is if it is a digital goods, and if it is a goods that you need to deliver physically, and then you can just deliver the goods to them as soon as you receive your payments. So we're just going to paste a link here. Let me do something here, the WPBRO YouTube. So we're just going to copy our channel link, and let me just copy the link address, come down to Elementor and paste it there. All right, so let's save our changes and let's see what we've been designing so far. So we have this hero section, we have this next section, we have this, and then we have the review section, and now get your copy section. So we're going to create our last section now, which will tell us about the author. And this also is very simple to create. Looking at it, it is very similar to this section here about the book. So we're going to create that now. So to create this section, what we're just going to do is to come back to this second section here, and we're going to copy, just copy it and come down here and just paste it. Everything is same, everything is almost the same. We don't have any much thing going on here. We're just going to replace some images and then add some other stylings to it. So first thing we need to do is to replace this image, and then come down here, choose image, and we're going to choose this avatar image. All right, so we have it here now. So what we need to do now is to just style this image. So click on this icon here, and let's do something. Let's increase this a little bit. Okay, 80, and then let's make it rounded. As you can see, we have a round corner here, and this should be 50. Now we need to add a shadow. If you can see in this demo, we added the shadow here. So let's add the shadow right now. Click on this box shadow, and then we're going to reduce the blur to about let's say 8, and let's increase this to 10 and increase this to 8. We can just play with it, and let's remove the blur completely. All right, so moving on to color, we're going to reduce the opacity for the color to something around this. Okay, I think this is looking good. Now we're going to edit this other section. Instead of about the book, we're going to have about the author, and then you're just going to edit this text section here to write much about yourself. So I'm just going to remove some of these elements here, this text. I'm going to remove some of the text, and also I think I'm going to remove this also. Now what we need to add is our social media handle. As we have it here, we added some few social media icons here. Okay, well, first thing, let's do this thing. Let's copy this text here. Let me just copy the text and replace it. Ctrl A and V. All right, so we have it here now. So let's just drag and drop the social media icon elements. So let's search for social, and we have it here, social icons, and then let's drop it here. All right, so we have it there now. First thing we need to do is to align it to the left, and also change the shape from rounded to circle. And there we have it. Now we're going to adjust the margin, because as you can see, there's a little bit of space between the text and the social media icons. So to edit that, what we're just going to do is to click on the social media icons, and then come down to advanced, and add reduce 25 from the top margin. So let's just do that real quick. 25. Okay, this is much more better. So what we can now do now is to edit the links. So for Facebook, come down to contents and just click on this tab, and then put your link here. So for my Facebook account, I will just put let me just do something. Come down here, copy link address, and then let me just paste it here. And also for YouTube, copy link address. Okay, I don't have any link here. Okay, I didn't put the link the other time, but I think I just copied my YouTube link now. Yeah, just copy it, and then I'm just going to paste it under YouTube. Select it and paste. So there we have it. And then the link, when you click on the link, you'll be redirected to your Facebook page and then your YouTube channel. So next thing we need to do, let's check. So we have everything selected. We have everything done rather. We have our hero section. We have this section. All right, so our website is moving close to the end. We are getting our web page built to the final stage. What we're supposed to do now is to check whether our website is responsive in the mobile version. So people use mobile phones to access the internet regularly. So you need to make sure your website is responsive when someone is searching for it, when someone is visiting your website using their mobile phones. So to check whether your website is responsive using mobile phones, you just need to come down here and select this responsive mode. So under the responsive mode, just select this mobile, and then you can see whether your website is mobile responsive. For this website, you can see it's not really mobile responsive, as we have some elements touching each other, and then some text are not well aligned. So let's fix that real quick. Starting from the hero section, we're going to change a few things. So as you can see, you can just edit it here. If you should check this sidebar here, you see that you are editing the mobile section. If you want to see your settings for the desktop this is different. So we're just going to edit the mobile, the padding for the mobile section. So let's first delink everything. Let's make everything 0, and then for the top let's add 70 for mobile, and for the bottom let's add something around 50. Or we can just make it equal. We can just add 70 and 70 to the top and 70 to the bottom. So one thing we need to do also is to add paddings to the left and right, because on some mobile phones, if you do not add enough padding, they might begin to touch the edge of the screen, and you don't want that. So to just fix that easily, we're going to add padding to the right. So we're just going to add 15 to the right, and we're going to add 15 to the left. So we should have everything fully done now. So moving on to the image, we're going to change our image width. We're going to drag everything up to the highest, and there's just one thing left. Edit this section, come down to advanced, and delink this. Now add 30 to the top. All right, so on our mobile phone, this looks good. This looks good. So let's just do one last thing concerning this arrow section. And what we're just going to do is that we're going to reduce the size for this heading. So let's just do that real quick. Let's edit this heading, come down to typography, and let's change the size to about, okay, let's use 43, and then let's change the line height to, and let's use something around, okay, 1.4 should be good. Scale your business from 0 to 1000, and I think there's a lot of space at the top, so let's just fix that, and let's reduce the space at the top to let's use 20. Yes, I think this looks good. This is much more better. So moving on, we're going to edit the next section, and for this section there's nothing much to really do here. What we're just going to do is to just increase this image, and let's increase the width up to the highest. Okay, now for the text, let's reduce the text size to something around this 35. Now what we can just do is to edit this section, and then add let's use the same 70, and also add 100 to the bottom. All right, okay, 100 looks a little bit too much. Let's just make it 70, or make it 50. Now what we can just do now is to add 15 to the right and 15 to the left also, and then our website is looking good on mobile. To get the real version of your mobile display, you can simply just access your website on your mobile phone to really see how your website looks on mobile, because I don't really depend on Elementor mobile version most times, as the results might come out to be inaccurate at times. So moving on to the next section, what we can just do to make this one easy to edit is that let's come back to our desktop mode, and let's do something. Let's duplicate this section. Right click on this and duplicate, and let's make one section available to be viewed on both desktop and tablet version, and let's make one of the section available to be viewed only on mobile phones. So for this top section, we're going to edit this and then come down to responsive, so people using desktop and tablets will be able to see this tab. So for that to happen, we're going to turn on hide on mobile. So when anybody is using the mobile, when anybody is accessing your web page, your website through their mobile phones, they won't see this section, but instead they're going to see this other section. But we need to hide this second section from our users that are accessing the website through desktop and also tablets. So what we need to do now is to edit the second section, come down to advanced, and then select responsive. Now hide on desktop and hide on tablets. So as you can see, this version is going to be visible to people using only desktop and tablets, while this second version is going to be visible to only users that are using mobile phones. So if we should switch to mobile display, we're going to be able to edit this section. So let's edit this section right away. So it says, what will you get inside this book? I think this is looking good, but we can just remove this tag we put there the other time and just do something. Come down to style, and let's change the size a little bit. Okay, let's use 35, and then let's reduce the line heights, and 1.5 should look good. All right, So moving on, let's remove the padding we gave to this image, to this heading elements, and then let's come down to paddings and remove it, make it 0, and I think this is looking good. Now what we can now do is to add margin. So edit this colon, and under advanced, select make everything 0, because we don't need margin at the right anymore, we need margin at the bottom. So let's just add the margin to the bottom, delink it, and at the bottom just add 10 should be enough for mobile, or maybe 15. All right, so we're going to add 15, and what we can just do is to copy and paste style for everything. Paste style, and for this one also paste style. All right, so what we now need to do is to come down to the section, edit the section, also delink this, and let's add the previous elements, the previous details there, 70 at the top and 90 at the bottom. Let me see whether it is looking good. Okay, so what we can now add is 15 to the right and also 15 to the left. So moving on, we're going to edit our book review section. What we can just do here is to just remove the margin that we added to the right and then add the margin to the bottom. Let's just add 15 to the bottom, and then let's do the same for everything. Copy and paste style, and also paste style. Then come back to the section and do one thing also, delink everything, add 70 to the top, 90 to the bottom, 15 to the right, and also 15 to the left. All right, so we have everything going on smoothly. Moving on to the next section, it says get your copy, and this looks good. Let's just reduce the size for this get your copy now, and let's just make it like this. And also this second section here, let's do one thing, let's reduce the size also, and let's see whether it can fit on the line, or maybe just give it 15. Just make it 15, and let's remove the margin we gave to it, and let's see. Okay, we can add the margin, but it shouldn't be up to 15, so it should be around -10. All right, and the button is good as it is. Now moving on to about the author, let's just change the size for this text, and then let's reduce this a little bit. Let's make it 35. Okay, let's make it 34. All right, and then we have every other thing here. So for this also, edit the section, come down to advanced, add 70 to the top, 100 to the bottom, 15 to the right, and 15 to the left. And also edit the image and drag everything up to 100. Now let's come back to about the author, and let's see whether we can change this to okay, let's just do one thing. Let's change it, let's increase it to about 38, and let's increase the line height to about 1.1. okay, so here we have it, and then our website is looking good on mobile view also. So everything is looking good, no elements are moving close to each other, and yeah, everything is nice. So what we can now do is to update. Let's just update and save our changes, and let's preview the changes. So click on this eye icon here, and let's see our changes in real time. All right, so here we have it. We have our hero section, we have about the book, and then we have what you will get inside the book. Then moving on to the book reviews, and also get your copy where they can actually purchase the book, and also a little details about you, who happens to be the author of the book. So we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed this tutorial, make sure you give this video a like, and also comment for more tutorials like this, and I'll be sure to keep on creating content for you. And also, if you don't want to waste your time, I should have said this earlier on in the beginning of the tutorial, but I'll leave a link down in the description below where you can download a pre-made template. So you don't need to design everything from scratch. You can just import the template, edit the text, and also edit the image and every other thing you can edit, and then start selling your products right away. So Thank you for watching this video, guys. Don't forget to give a like, and also don't forget to comment in case you have any suggestions, in case you have any tutorial ideas for me, and any problem you want me to help you fix with WordPress. And I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.